Can you dig it? Mark Withers, I love it when you do that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Pacino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe, the galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in a nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right, you're trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us on this special stream tonight. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, Syracuse, New York. And always among us, our moderator and trollhammer, stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. It's Joe from Fallout 1 Gaming, and of course, always with me, the warrior from Wakanda, the fiend from Louisville, Mark Withers. Please introduce these fine gentlemen that's invaded the cage tonight.
What's going on, everybody? Super excited to be here as usual. Got a new background. It's still under construction, but Cindy is hard at work on it. Almost there, but I couldn't wait any longer because I had to witness the clash of these two would-be sports titans here. Backed by popular demand, of course, Pest The Analyst. How are you tonight, sir?
Listen, I'm doing good, man. Just, sitting here being the Tupac of YouTube, man. A few hours ago, I was in the hospital. I was like, yo, get me out of here. I got to get in the nerd cage. And so here I am. Let's get it.
All right. Good to see you. Good to see you. And then tonight, for the very first time on NerdCage Live, new to the cage here, the legendary Fisk Vegas. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, babe. I'm just happy to be here amongst us. We're geeks in a good way, right? So I'm amongst my fellow. I can't wait to talk about some stuff other than sports. I want to talk about superheroes, okay? That's my favorite thing outside of sports. So I'm happy to be here, man.
You came to the right fucking place.
Yeah, absolutely. We are all about nerd culture here. We are about the antithesis of sports. It's movies, comics, gaming, pretty much everything except sports. So we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight, and we especially are gonna have a lot of fun just chopping it up with you and Pest, and just watching you guys go at it like we did off camera just now a few minutes ago. But before we get into that, Joe, who do we have in the chat tonight?
All right now in the chat, we have Paul Taggett, Scott Bannock, and Byron Kingsley. And we have a lot of others in the chat, so don't be afraid to speak up and add to the conversation.
Absolutely.
Guys, thanks for being here. And I was just going to cut you off, Jay. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I want to say this right here, right now, publicly, and I want Fisk to hear this. Fisk Vegas, I've been a fan of you for like the past 3 years, and I want to tell you exactly how I found you. This is the only part we're going to be talking about sports real quick, and then we're going to, get into the other, the meat and potatoes. Well, listen, Fisk Vegas, the night of the 2019 draft, I'm at my uncle's house, I'm at my best friend's house, I'm watching the draft. Daniel Jones goes 6th overall to the New York Football Giants.
Yes.
And listen to me, okay? Not only did this man get trashed, like this man was getting trashed. It was not just like the Giants made the wrong pick. I felt like ESPN was going out of their way to insult the kid any way they could. On top of that, I'm not going to name names, but you guys know who it is. There are some Giants YouTubers who reacted to that draft pick and embarrassed the fan base. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? So I'm searching to try to get information on Daniel Jones. And since you're from the Carolina area, you know more about him than anybody else. So then I come across a video that night that Daniel Jones is going to be Peyton Manning with wheels.
Peyton Manning with wheels, baby!
And listen.
Peyton Manning with wheels, baby!
You were my voice of reason that night. You were the voice of reason that night, Fisk Vegas.
My highest view video to this day. That's on any channel, that's my highest view video.
But yeah, that's how I found you, and I appreciate all the hard work you do. You speak the truth, unfiltered. You are the hardest voice in sports. You're the muscle of the community. And, what would the Giants community do without you? You're the bad guy, and you like to say the shit that pisses everybody else off. I love it!
Hey, man, somebody gotta wear that black hat, man. Somebody gotta wear that black hat, and I do it proudly. And, look, I'm so happy that you found me. I'm happy I get to entertain the people every day, because, this is I don't want to sound corny, but this is my legacy. These videos, these hot takes, and all that stuff, it's what people gonna remember me by, So, a musician has music, an actor has movies. I got my sports takes, and the fact that people rock with me and care about my opinion, you know, not to sound soft because I'm the hardest voice of sports, but it makes me feel good about myself. So, you know, I appreciate you giving me my flowers. It means a lot.
Absolutely, and I already see the Fisk unit strong in the chat, so glad you all came tonight. But Fisk Vegas,
Awesome.
man, when I think of you, okay, now I hear your undertones. When you do your sports talk, I hear the undertones. I hear you talk Dragon Ball Z. I hear you talk Mortal Kombat. I hear you talk MCU and all that good stuff. But the thing that fascinates me, and it's something we don't delve into enough on NerdCage Live, and I definitely want to delve into it tonight, is you are like a Mafia movie connoisseur.
Yes.
And for starters, I just want to hear, I already know what your favorite movies, but go ahead. I want you to share some of your favorite movies and some of your favorite Mafia movies and TV shows with us tonight. We can kind of get into it that way for starters.
Okay, so it all starts with Casino. Greatest Mafia movie ever made. Not only is it the greatest Mafia movie ever made, but it's the most realistic one ever made. They nailed it. Everything that happened in the 60s and the 70s in Vegas, they nailed it to a T. Okay, Goodfellas was a tad bit exaggerated with the details, but it was a good movie. And what people don't understand is the reason what made Casino better than Goodfellas is Casino taught you life lessons. What I mean is, like, Goodfellas showed you what it was like to grow up in a Mafia family. I get it. And they told you not to snitch. I get it. But if you look at what happened in Casino, you had two best friends, Ace and Nicky. What happened? A woman came in between them. Money and ego came in between them. And as you saw, Ace went one way, Nicky went another way. It showed how friends can grow apart. If you watch Casino and you just look at it and it teaches you lessons, because we've all had friends we've grown up with, and your differences, your personalities, they start to split. You start to go apart. It showed that in Casino. It also showed that you don't bite the hand that feeds you, and you never go against the master. Nicky tried to take over Vegas. He tried to create his own family without permission. They had to take him out. Ace Rothstein, if you look at his art, you can't buy love. I learned it 17 years old from watching Casino that I can't buy a woman's heart. He gave her everything, but she never loved him. There's a lot of life lessons you can learn from Casino. And then you have another gangster movie I love, and Scarface. You gotta love Scarface because this is a guy who came washing dishes.
Wait for it. I gotta play this. Hold on.
Do you want to play what? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
This man was washing dishes, and what I like about Scarface is he didn't have a filter. He spoke his mind. That speech he gave in a restaurant, one of my favorite speeches of all time, is like, yo, y'all looking at me like I'm the bad guy because you scared to look in the mirror at yourself. I ain't got nothing to hide. I love that speech, and I felt that speech because I know what it's like to be looked at as the bad guy. You feel me? I understand where he was coming from with that. You know, and, you know, one of the slept-on movies is my favorite, my spirit animal, one of my favorites, State Property. Don't sleep on Beanie Siegel. The State Property movie was great because it showed you what an ambitious dude can do. Like, when y'all hear me go on my world domination rants about if I ruled America, how I would take over countries, it's kind of like what Beans did in State Property. He took over Philly. You get down and you lay down. Remember when I told you I point a nuke at Canada and Mexico and say join America, get wiped off the planet? That's what you do. When you a gangster and you taking over territory, you get the ultimatum. You get down and you lay down. But then there's the king of the kings. The one that's most important, The Sopranos. Tony Soprano, Silvio, Paulie. The Soprano TV show might be the greatest Mafia anything ever created. It set the tone. It changed everything because you got a guy, Tony Soprano, who you're really not supposed to like. He's a bad guy. If you look at what Tony did throughout the show, he did bad move, bad guy move, bad guy move after bad guy move, but they humanized it. They showed that even a mafia boss can have a son who's suicidal, a daughter who has a bad boyfriend problem, going through a divorce. You know,
therapy.
Yes, therapy. So, you know, when I look at these mafia shows or mafia movies, I like to look at what they can teach you, the lessons in them, like how deep do they go. Sometimes people think being a gangster or, being in a mafia is all about making money and killing people. Now, these are real people with real issues. So a lot of my favorite mafia movies or mafia TV shows are stuff that shows like the human side of these people, not just the money, the women, and all the other stuff.
I got a question because you named a lot of bangers, right? I'm glad your first one was Casino because
Yes.
that's my favorite. My favorite mafia movie is Casino. I love Casino. Watch the shit out of it. But you didn't mention Goodfellas.
Cause I'm
concerned about that.
You know why? I never really mentioned Goodfellas like that. I never mentioned Goodfellas like that because number one, it stars a rat. Ray Liotta's a rat. Henry Hill is a rat.
Right.
The movie stars a rat. That's why
It's about a rat. Yes,
it's about a rat.
It's about what happens. It's about what happens when you go against the family, and I love that. I love that aspect of that movie of showing because we always get to see the mafiosos or the mob boss, winning and getting all the stuff, taking over territories, making money, all that good stuff. But we never know what happens to the people that snitch, and we get to see what happens to the people that snitch. That's why I love Goodfellas.
Oh, no, I feel, Goodfellas was good. It just didn't have the, I don't know. It's just more, I put it this way, right? I like the first act. The first half of Goodfellas, cool. It's just the last hour of Goodfellas when he starts snitching on people. He's doing the coke. He's running from everybody. I'm like, okay.
His life is in shambles. His life is in shambles. We can see that.
And I have to agree with Pest here. To me, that's the part where it really starts to get interesting because he's the first two acts, he's seeing the romanticized part of being a gangster. And he's the movie starts with him saying, all my life I wanted to be a gangster.
Yeah.
So he's seeing all these people that he admires and he gets to become one of them, and it's showing what a great life it is. But then in the third act, it's showing everything falling apart for him and all the reasons why he would want to get out.
Right.
All of the, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it, but there's a famous heist that actually happened in real life. And they modeled, they modeled, a big scene after that event, and then everybody involved in the heist gets killed, except for a handful of people. Now, anybody that fears for their life and fears for their family, they would consider some survival options, right? And that's what that movie shows you is that people don't just become a rat just to become a rat. They become a rat because it's their only way out. And in Henry Hill's, at least in that film, I don't know what the circumstances were in real life, but at least in that film, that was really the only place for him to go. And then it showed sort of the aftermath of what happens, what happens to him at the very end. You know what I mean? So to me, I would put that up there above some of the other films that you mentioned, Fisk. That's just me personally.
Yo, I'm looking at the chat right now. Joe, tackle Shay Smithers' chat right there because I want to add to that.
Yeah, Shay Smithers asks, what do you guys think was the last really good Mafia movie of the last 20 years?
And you know what mine is? The Departed. I don't think that movie gets enough praise. The Departed. I really want to hear what Fisk and Pest's thoughts on The Departed.
Well, as far as The Departed goes, I thought Departed was better than the Johnny Depp version. I thought it was better than Black Mass. The Departed was definitely, I thought that was probably my favorite one. If we were going to talk about the Irish mob and all that stuff, I'd say Departed was definitely my favorite one. I didn't like Black Mass. And there was another one they tried to do about that area. I forgot. It came out a few years ago. It might still be
Irishman?
on Netflix, but no. Irishman was fine. That wasn't about what's my man name? The Boston guy. But The Departed, I like The Departed. It was better than Black Mass.
Wait a minute. What about Boondock Saints? If we're talking about like Irish Mafia type stuff, what about Boondock Saints?
For the last 20 years, Boondock Saints came out.
I know that's old, but when you're talking about the Irish Mafia, and the first thing that pops in my mind is Boondock Saints. I know that's past 20 years, but I had to say
Aren't
that.
they making a third one? Don't kill me. I've never seen the second one, but I heard they're working on a third one, if I'm not mistaken.
They are. Yeah, they just announced it. It's been in development for a while.
I'm gonna be honest with you. 20 years, so we're going back to what, 2002?
2002, yeah.
Mafia movies or in the past 20 years. I mean, the Irish, nah. You know what? That's rough. The TV shows have been better. The TV shows, you got Boardwalk Empire, you got Power, you got The Wire. I say as far as gangsters films go, the Irishman might be the best one, but you know, the TV shows have been where it's at for the gangster films the past 20 years.
Will we classify Heat as a gangster movie?
I mean, I think you could put it in there because there are some other films that like are not necessarily like have gangsters as the focal point, but I would still consider them to be gangster movies.
I'm thinking about Heat. I'm thinking about
Elephant in the Room, guys. American Gangster with Denzel Washington. It's based on a true story. That's like one of my top favorite movies.
How did I know you were going to bring up Denzel?
Right, I mean, he's the Denzel, you know what I mean? Like, so, of course he's going to say that. But I want to go back to The Departed because I have a question for Jay and for Fisk. So, The Departed is actually based on a Chinese movie called Infernal Affairs, which in my opinion, way better movie than The Departed. So, what are your thoughts on that movie, and do you put that above the American version with DiCaprio and Wilson and everybody?
Oh man, I'm gonna let Fisk take this. I have never seen that version, but Fisk, what about you?
Never seen that version either.
Oh
yeah, I would highly recommend seeing that movie, man. It's easily one of the. It's called Infernal Affairs. It's a Hong Kong movie. It came out. Yeah, it's subtitled.
Okay. Real quick, because we were just talking about Sopranos earlier.
You should watch it.
Mark was a fan. Mark was a big fan. I wasn't. But Scott Banks talking about The Many Saints of Newark. I personally didn't like it, but Fisk, how'd you feel about it?
Say that one more time.
The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel that came out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why we bring that up? Oh, my gosh. Look.
No, someone in the chat brought it up. I didn't like it. Mark liked it. I didn't.
That movie was horrible. As a Soprano fan, it was horrible. Terrible. Yeah. That movie made no sense. Okay, so I don't want to spoil it for nobody. Okay, spoiler alert. Y'all mute y'all TVs if you ain't seen it. So you got this dude, Dickie Moltisanti, who was glorified for 6 seasons on The Sopranos. This guy was glorified. He was Tony's, the guy who raised Tony, got him into the business and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking we're gonna see Tony mentoring, Dickie mentoring Tony and like a real bond and all that. And the guy gets clipped. He doesn't teach Tony anything. Why is Tony looking up to the guy? It didn't make any sense. Like my whole thing is like, what did he do? What did he accomplish? He kills his father, he kills his girlfriend, and then he goes to jail and he cries to this dude who I don't even remember his name. He cries to the former boss of the family about all the things he does, and I'm just like, what is he supposed to be, Dr. Milfy of prison or something like that? Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, to add to that, we were misled. The trailers promote the movie like this is a Tony Soprano story, and it wasn't. And that was my main beef with it. Was like I was misled.
I think some of that expectation though was built up by the fans, not necessarily by the studio. Because if you actually watch the trailer, at no point does it say it's an origin story for Tony Soprano. In fact, even the subtitle for the show, for the movie, is a Soprano story. It's not a Tony Soprano story. So all it's really saying is like, hey, this is a story that is built in the Sopranos universe. And if you look at it that way, there's no reason to expect it to revolve around Tony. He's just like an ancillary character in the movie. You get within the first act, you understand that this is about Christopher's father. You know what I mean? And you can tune out at that point if you're not interested. But at no point does it suggest that like we're going to see this kid become the Tony Soprano that we know.
Agreed, but it just no. Then they got the forced race wars between the Italians and the blacks. Like they forced
that part. I didn't like, yeah.
Like they got it's like, come on, bro. Like every time the black dude walked into the Italian spot, they tried to play him. It's like, come on, bro. Like, no, the movie's bad. I mean, okay, so you got Nicky Montesano rolling through a black hood in the middle of a riot, like everything's supposed to be okay, and then he's shocked when he get hit with a damn water bottle, whatever they hit him with. I'm like, bro, you're going through the hood in the middle of a riot and you're mad you get hit with a bottle? Like, what are we doing here, okay? Dude's in like a $50,000 car just strolling by and there's like cops and black folks rioting and then he gets shot when he gets hit with a bottle.
Yeah.
And then he runs back to his house and go look at the dude over there. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, what do we do? And then you got the Italian girl sleeping with the black guy, and she tells him that.
Right.
What Italian woman would dare tell their Italian gangster whatever that they're sleeping with a black guy who he's beefing with?
Right.
Make it make sense.
I think
no, you're right. No. Like that aspect of the film, I definitely did not like.
The Sopranos thing, it should have been. Listen, I don't think you could have done this in a 2-hour movie. They should have had like a mini series, like a maybe like a 10-part mini series explaining more instead of cramming everything to like a 2-hour prequel. That's another thing too. Is I think it would have been better told as like a mini series or something, or like a all new show altogether instead of like a movie.
Yeah, I think it suffered from the same thing that what was the movie that followed Breaking Bad?
El Camino?
El Camino.
Yeah, it suffered from the same thing that movie.
Yeah.
El Camino was all right, but man, Better Call. Oh my God! Please tell me, Fisk, are you guys excited for season 6 of Better Call Saul, the final season?
I stopped. I only saw the first 3 seasons.
Bro, you gotta keep going. Keep going.
If I remember correctly, I watched a season and a half of that, and then something happened, and I never got back to it.
Oh my God, you guys just stabbed me in the heart. My God,
I'm sorry. You got to understand, there was a very long stretch of time where I didn't watch TV at all. I didn't watch any shows. I didn't do any of that. So like I did the same thing with Walking Dead. Like I watched a whole shitload of Walking Dead, and then when what's his name? When Negan shows up. And he does the shit that he does there. That was kind of where I stopped, and it was unfortunate because that was the part of the story that I was most interested in. I was like, how are they going to do this? Like, how are they going to do the introduction of this character? And I thought it was great, but then I left. But then I left America. I went to Japan, and that was kind of the end of me watching TV.
Right.
And it's funny Pest says that because like I did the same thing with Flash, Arrow. I watched like the first 6 seasons of Flash and Arrow, and then I stopped. I didn't finish them. And it's like Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow was my favorite one, and I haven't seen the last 2 seasons of that. So it's like TV shows, like I was dedicated to these things for 5-6 years, and all of a sudden I just like stopped.
Listen, I'm doing the same thing right now with Dragon Ball Super. Like I watched a bunch of Dragon Ball Super, and then I stopped, and so like I just started over. Like recently, maybe.
So you didn't watch? You didn't watch them when it was live when they was in Japan?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to watch them. I saw the Resurrection F movie. I was able to see that. I saw the movie that introduced Beerus, and so I saw those movies, but I never got the chance to watch the actual show until a little bit later. And then I started watching it, and then I stopped because I had other. Actually, I think I stopped because I'm deployed to Iraq. I think that was the reason why I stopped, and I never got back into it. And then just recently, I started rewatching. I started all the way from the beginning. I was like, I know I've seen a bunch of this stuff, but I'm just going to start over and watch the whole thing. So it took me a while. It took me a while to do that.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I have to do the same thing because I did, like, when it comes to Dragon Ball Super, I actually haven't seen it because I've only seen the Japanese version. So I was watching the subtitles, so I didn't really get a chance to enjoy Dragon Ball Super because I was watching it every week with the subtitles, the Japanese subtitles, the English subtitles. So
it's on Hulu.
Yeah, like I need
entire
to
series
keep
is on
watching
Hulu
it
in
English.
Yeah,
I don't know what Jiren sounds like. I don't know what Goku Black sounds like. I don't know what none of them sound like.
The Goku Black story is so good. It's so
good. Yes, the Zamasu, everything about the Zamasu thing is good. I love it.
So good. And you know who I have a new favorite character. So for the longest time, my favorite Dragon Ball character ever was Frieza, right? I think Frieza's amazing. I love me some fucking Frieza. But I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I can't think of what they called him. But he was the one of the enemies from the Other Earth universe. He was made of all metal with the fire and shit. What's his name? No, not Hit. Hit's the badass dude who should have won the tournament, but he had a little sympathy for Goku. No, I'm talking about the dude that's all metal. And it looks like a fucking stovepipe, and he's got the lava in his body. He tries to kill Vegeta.
Oh, I don't remember his name. I know you talking about.
I don't remember, but I love that motherfucker. I don't know why, but I love that motherfucker.
Leave it the best.
Does somebody in the chat know?
Relevant character.
I love that character.
There's no way, bro.
And listen, and listen, and whoever, no, but here's why, because whoever did the voice for this character, because he doesn't really say anything that are like words, but you always hear him say like a word. So whoever did the English voice for this character, it's fucking amazing. I love hearing him talk. I love hearing this, whatever that thing is, I love hearing him talk.
Yeah.
Since this is a nerd culture channel and everybody here is heavy into heroes and villains, I got a hot take, though. All right, I hope everybody buckle up. But
here it go.
I mean this shit.
Is this like a Daniel Jones hot take? Because if it's like a Daniel Jones,
this is hotter than Daniel Jones.
Oh God!
This is hotter than Daniel Jones.
Oh God!
This is hotter than Daniel Jones.
All right.
All right, let's hear it. Oh, by the way, it's Metal Man. Someone in the chat just said it's Metal Man's the guy's name.
Metal Man. Okay, I love that character.
Even the Pest, like the metal.
I love that character.
The greatest villain, in my humble opinion, superhero, comic book, anime, whatever. The greatest villain is Frieza. In my humble opinion, he's the greatest one, bro. He's the most savage villain.
Nah, fam.
He's the most savage one, bro.
I'm not gonna sit here.
You get no better than Frieza.
Hell nah. I'm not gonna sit here and let you disrespect the greatness that is the fucking Joker. I'm not gonna let you do that.
I got one for you guys.
The Joker is the greatest villain of all time.
No. I got this.
What?
Mark knows because he knows me. Magneto is the greatest villain and greatest comic book villain. You know why? Because
he's not a villain.
Because you
He's not a
understand. You understand Magneto.
Yeah, he's not a villain.
Magneto's not a villain, though.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
is.
thing. How is he a villain?
He
Where's Magneto
fucking
do this?
kills. He wants to kill the human race. He wants mutants to be the dominant species.
Because they are.
He's
they
not.
I would say Magneto is more of an anti-hero, right?
Yes.
He's not really a villain. He's not like trying to kill people indiscriminately. What he wants is like basically a safe and free place for mutants to exist. And based on his personal history and things that happened to him, things that he witnessed, the atrocities that he witnessed, his assumption is that the only way for mutants to peacefully exist is if humans are either subjugated or don't exist.
I mean, and
so
listen, I can break
But
it down
that's
even
just why
easier.
it makes him a good villain, though.
No, listen. I can break it down even easier. Here is Magneto's entire motivation. Humans are garbage. And he's right. He's fucking right.
But you understand. That's what makes him a likable character, a likable villain. You understand his
Are we
motives.
talking villains across everything?
The Joker just acts out of anarchy.
Greatest
The
villain
Joker
of all time across anything.
That's the thing. Joker's motivation makes no sense.
I got one for you. I got one for you. Albert Wesker.
Yeah, I have no idea who
Hey, Joe, it's hammer time.
That's from Resident Evil.
Joe, hammer time. It's spamming too much. Hammer time.
And you know what? Y'all talk to me when y'all favorite villain blow up the earth. They had to go. Weiss had to go back in time to stop Frieza. The man blew up the earth. Okay, he blew up Planet Vegeta. He blew up Planet Namek. He blew over. The guy Frieza destroys planets with a smile on his face, bro. It don't get no better than that.
Vegeta.
Well, I mean, Darth Vader blows up planets too,
Frieza's
but that alone doesn't make you like the greatest villain.
But he does it. He's funny. Like Frieza's the only person I know that could crack a joke while he's blowing up a planet with his pinky finger. It made me laugh. He's the GOAT, bro.
Listen, Frieza is the GOAT. Frieza is the GOAT, but there's other villains that are a little bit better than Frieza. Okay. Frieza is up there. He's one of my favorite villains. The Joker, though, is my most favorite villain because the Joker is just a nutcase.
Fisk, Joker or Magneto?
I'm gonna go Joker.
Damn.
Magneto is not a villain.
Magneto was
He's
it.
not
Okay.
a villain.
Because Magneto's really not like a villain. He's like Magneto's like Thanos to me, bro. They make too much. They're doing the right thing in a weird way. Like when
Thanos was right. Thanos. Listen, when I scroll through Twitter, I come to the realization that Thanos was fucking right, bro. Like,
yes.
us gotta go, man. Half of us.
How can Magneto be a villain? How can Magneto be a villain when he's trying to save his people? He's not an Earthling. He's a mutant. So it's like, if you're a mutant, how can you hate Magneto? Magneto's only the bad guy because we're human beings, but Magneto to a mutant is like he's a hero. So it's like I don't consider him a bad guy. It's like when America, right? When America's went to war with Britain for our freedom, right? Are we bad people because we want our own freedom? We weren't bad. We want our own freedom. So Magneto is not a bad guy because he wants a free planet for mutants to roam around and be happy. He's not a bad guy. Thanos, if you look at it realistically, when he wiped out half the planet, everybody ate. Nobody's hungry.
Yeah,
they missed their loved ones, but everybody's happy. So he's a villain. They're villain. You could call them villains because they're doing an evil thing to create a good thing, but you can't have that good thing without doing that evil thing.
Okay, that's
like
fair.
You can't have
the only reason I wouldn't put Thanos in that same category is because he could have easily used the stone to just create more resources. Like he felt like the way to do it was to just like destroy half of the existence. And then the second time around, he was mad that like, oh well, I did this for you and you all don't appreciate it. Now I'm gonna wipe out everybody. That's not a hero.
Yeah, he was bugging. He was bugging it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he was totally content on just destroying people.
He was bugging.
You know what I mean?
That wasn't Thanos though. Hold on. Time out. That actually wasn't Thanos. They killed Thanos in the beginning of the Endgame.
Yeah,
so
it was
the
a variant.
Thanos that actually accomplished it.
Yeah.
That was the evil Thanos. Like that was super evil Thanos that they fought at the ending. Like Thanos, the actual Thanos that did everything was that motherfucker was tired. He was like, man.
Yeah.
He just wanted to chill on his farm. Yo, that Thanos just wanted to chill on his farm and kick it. Like that's all he wanted to do.
I think it's time to trigger everybody. It's time to trigger everybody. I figure this is a good transition here. Fisk Vegas and Pest, I want your take on this too. What do you think are like the best? I'll say best 3 MCU movies, and then what are the bottom 3 MCU?
Oh, I could give you the bottom 3, but Pest, look, I'm gonna say this: the bottom 3, I'll go first because I don't know what the best are. That's too tough. Other than the fact that Other than the fact that Winter Soldier is the greatest MCU movie of all time, I don't know the other two. But the worst movie is hands down The Eternals.
Thank you.
No worse than that. Yes. That is trash.
Yes, Eternals is garbage. Yes.
It wasn't
Yes.
just a bad MCU movie. That was just a bad
That
movie
was a
altogether.
bad movie,
I'm sorry. I
period.
hated
That
it
was
so much.
terrible. It was so bad. Yeah, I agree.
Now, this next one's going to offend y'all, but, you know, I'm Big Fisk, and that's what I do.
Yes.
Okay. Iron Man 3 was garbage. Trash.
No argument here.
Okay.
Do I think it's the worst?
I like Iron Man 3, but I also get why people don't like it.
Yeah, I don't agree, but I can understand why you feel that way. Yeah.
Hey, just want to say hello to Chicago Sports Talk, Michael. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Now,
Chris,
I
what's
can't
your other
believe I'm
one?
say this because I love her to death. I'd marry her. I'd get on both knees and propose to her right now. Have my children, please. Scarlett, I love you. You are 11 out of 10. But that movie was fucking trash. Okay, Black Widow was trash. I love it to death. But that movie was bad.
He agrees with. All right, so we agree with you on that one for sure, because we all when we did our spoiler discussion when it came out, we roasted that.
It was
movie.
bad. It was bad. Yeah.
It was fun.
Movie.
It was fun.
We sure did.
You know, roasting it, but we had our critiques. All right, so Pest, what are your bottom three?
Eternals is definitely the fucking worst Marvel movie ever put out in life ever. Okay, that goes without saying. And then the first two Thor movies, like I didn't like the first two Thor movies.
No,
I'm sorry.
I didn't like the Dark World.
I didn't
the
like
Dark World was perfection.
No, it
not
wasn't.
Disrespect that movie.
No, it wasn't. Ragnarok is the best Thor movie.
No,
Ragnarok
was
is
the worst.
Shut the fuck up. You shut your whore ass mouth. You shut your whore mouth.
Stop it. We are not disrespecting the Dark World.
Fuck the Dark World. That shit was ass. That shit, the story was terrible. It was fucking stupid. It didn't make no sense. Terrible ass decisions in Thor 2. Fuck Thor 2.
Unnecessary jokes in Ragnarok.
Fuck Thor 2. Nah,
all
Thor
those
2
forced
was
jokes in
terrible.
Ragnarok.
Listen,
come on, bro.
Okay, would you rather have the serious Thor from the first and second movies or the funny Thor from Ragnarok?
Oh, hands down, give me, bro. Thor was a badass, and they turned him into a fat fuck. Stop. We're not doing this. No, we're not doing this. No. Thor 1, Thor 2. That Thor was a G. Then they got a fucking.
He was a punk ass
shit.
He was a punk bitch in the first Thor. Thor was a punk ass bitch. I can't get my hammer.
Bro.
I'm not worthy anymore.
Oh my gosh. He should hit you with the hammer right there. Your butt. Oh my gosh.
Don't give me no punk ass Thor. You either give me a funny Thor that's a badass. Don't give me this fucking crybaby bitch.
See, you're what's wrong with the MCU, Pest. You're what's wrong with the MCU. You like all that jokey joke shit they do. That's why I like Batman in DC, because they dark. I can't stand this jokey joke shit.
It's a comic book, bro. Relax. It's a fucking comic book. Like, I don't know what we're talking about here.
Just another day in Fisk Vegas and PTA Sports.
This is all that we do is argue. This is all that we do. You
be bugging.
No, it's because all your takes are ass.
Yeah, you're right. They are ass. Except Scarlett Johansson, beautiful ass.
No. Except for your Eternals take, I fucked with you on the Eternals take, and Black Widow was trash.
What's your next? What's your last one? Because
I gave them to you. I gave them to you. Eternals #1, worst movie.
Okay.
Thor 1, and then Thor 2, and then we can put Black Widow as #4.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
All right.
Me and Pest just gave our movies, and
man.
none of us brought up Captain Marvel. So I'm supposing we all thought Captain Marvel was okay.
No.
I like Captain Marvel.
No.
Yo, you're not gonna get me to
Don't
diss
get
Samuel
me
Jackson.
started on
Samuel Jackson saved that movie.
It was average. It was an
For
average
me,
movie.
it's Eternals, The Adventures of Brie Larson, And see, there's so many bad ones. I'm sorry. So I would have to say, by default, Black Widow. By default.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't say Shang-Chi. I'm really surprised.
Shang-Chi, I didn't like it, but
Shang-Chi was good.
No, I did not like Shang-Chi, but it was far from the bottom. It was far from the bottom, though. I did not like it, but it was far from the bottom.
Wait a minute, time out, Jay. Why didn't you like Shang-Chi?
I can explain real quick. I was so hyped for it. My problem with Shang-Chi is, like, I want to see authentic martial arts in the movie, and we got nothing but CGI bullshit aside from a couple good fights.
Oh, come on, no. Don't be that guy, Jay.
No. I wanted real hand-to-hand combat. That's what I was expecting. We got more hand-to-hand combat in Winter Soldier than we did in Shang-Chi. That and the CGI was terrible. And what the fuck did they bring back, what's his nuts there from Iron Man? The fake Mandarin. I hated it.
He was great in the movie.
I hated it.
He was
but
good in the movie.
Far from the bottom. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Jackie Chan's my hero. I love The Raid. I wanted that in Shang-Chi, and they didn't give it to me.
Now, this is a hot take.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, time out. I changed my mind. Wait a minute. Rewind. Black Widow was better than Doctor Strange 1. I hated that.
No.
I can't go there.
That shit.
No,
Fight me in
yeah.
the street. Fight me
I
right
can't
now.
co-sign on that.
That'd be
Fight
the third
me
one.
right now.
Stand that first Doctor
No,
Strange movie.
fight me right now, Fisk.
I
Fuck
couldn't
all
stand
that.
that
We're
shit.
done
Never
talking. Put your hands up. Put your
I
paws
remember
up.
why Scarlett Johansson fight that damn. I don't even know what that girl was. I don't know if she was a robot, whatever the hell she was.
Taskmaster.
I remember why Scarlett.
Taskmaster was bad.
Taskmaster.
Yeah,
I remember
that was
Scarlett
the worst.
Johansson
Yeah.
Taskmaster was terrible.
Then watch Doctor Strange cast spells and that insomnia bullshit.
Are you serious? No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wow.
You're telling me that the way Doctor Strange beat Dormammu wasn't gangster as fuck? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, but the movie was trash, though.
He stuck this man in a time loop, and Dormammu was like begging, "Please let me go. Please free me, release me." Like, what are we talking about? That was gangster as
garbage.
That
was trash, bro.
Yo. Nah,
I didn't like
nah.
Doctor Strange, man. I didn't like Doctor Strange.
That was probably one of that was probably one of the most
Hot
badass
take.
ways to get with a villain.
Hot take,
That
dude.
was
I
one of the
love
most
it. I love it.
badass ways to get with a
Doctor
villain.
Strange
To lock him
trash,
in a
bro.
time loop. You shut your dumb ass. I'm coming to fucking North Carolina.
You know what? How about this?
I'm fucking
All
you
right,
up.
how about this? How about this? Let's do our top 3 now.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
I don't know what to. All right.
Ooh, this is so hard.
Winter Soldier, I'm gonna be honest with you. Winter Soldier could just be 1, 2, and 3 for me at this point. I'll let Pest go. Wait, no, never mind. Wait a minute. Hold on. Black Panther. So we got Winter Soldier 1.
Mm-hmm.
I like Thor Dark World. Thor Dark World, so good. Shut up, Pest. That's tough, man. I might go Civil War.
But you said Black Panther, Thor Dark World, and Winter Soldier. Is those your 3?
Yeah, that might have to be my 3. I just feel bad leaving Civil War out, though, man. Civil War was so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's tough. Look.
Pass your top 3.
I'll go with those 3 for now.
Top 3. Top 3 for me. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Oh my god.
Probably Black Panther.
Okay.
And Ragnarok. Those are my 3 favorite Marvel movies.
I say Winter Soldier.
I didn't like Winter Soldier that much.
What?
I didn't think Winter Soldier was bad. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying here. I'm not saying Winter Soldier was bad.
Just
Winter
not your
Soldier
top
was
3.
good. Winter Soldier was good. And if Winter Soldier is on TV, or the wife is like, I really want to watch that Winter Soldier movie again, I'll put it on and we'll sit there and we'll watch it. But I'm not putting it up there at the top.
That's why I hate Civil War though. Winter Soldier is why I hate Civil War because I wanted another Captain America. I didn't want Civil War.
Right.
Civil War was a glorified Avenger movie.
It was Avengers.
I really wanted
agree.
Civil what they did with Winter Soldier was cinema perfection right
Yeah.
there. Like,
I agree. I agree.
that was perfect. They should have done a third movie like that.
What they did with the Winter Soldier in that movie was great.
Yes.
I love the Winter Soldier in that movie. I think the Winter Soldier that he looked like such a badass dude, and it was like, holy shit, he's like better than everybody else. Like, so like I like that they did that. I like that when Winter Soldier was introduced, he was a legitimate threat to everybody because he should be. He was a legitimate threat to everybody. So I'm not saying Winter Soldier was bad. It's just I can't put it in like the top 5. It's probably it's in the top 10. I can't put it in the top 5.
Mark,
Winter Soldier is in my Mount Rushmore of superhero movies.
Okay.
Mainly because you could take all the superheroes out of it and it would still be a great movie.
Facts.
It would be 3 Days of the Condor. It would be like one of the greatest like spy intrigue type of movies. You know, it just happens to have superheroes in it. And to my mind, that was one of the first times that Marvel had ever done anything like that. You know, it wasn't your typical like paint by numbers kind of a superhero film where you have like the big bad, like the big threat. The big threat was his best friend. You know what I mean? Like, and I really enjoyed the writing there. I love how they made Captain America the enemy, which is in line with like some of the comic book arcs where he's sort of like against the government or the government is against him. I love the way that they introduced Sam Wilson. You know, like they could have done it a million different ways, but the way that they introduced him slowly without necessarily making him Falcon right off the bat, like there were just so many like ways that film was expertly crafted. And
yeah, it's like a
shot.
Political action thriller. Like
absolutely, that's perfectly stated.
So Mark, so while you're on there, Mark, what are your top 3 and your bottom 3 real quick? While we got it on
of Marvel movies?
Yeah.
So Winter Soldier's up there. Black Panther is right behind it as like it takes the number 2 position for a number of reasons. I'm a huge Chadwick Boseman fan.
Black Panther was amazing.
Yeah, R.I.P. Chadwick.
Yeah, R.I.P.
And then my third would probably be Spider-Man: No Way Home, and it's probably recency bias. But I really think that was a very well-crafted movie, and I loved everything about it. It delivered on so many levels for me.
Oh, Fisk, did you cry when?
No, I'm just saying like it loses replay value for me at that point because it's just too.
Because you know all the things that are going to happen, all the surprises.
It's too much drama.
It's too much drama. I get that.
Bro, once Andrew Garfield and freaking the other guy, once they're crying on the rooftop about their problems, I'm like, okay, no. Nobody cares about you not saving your girlfriend. I'm sick of Uncle Ben. Fuck all y'all. It's like Batman's parents at this point. Shut up and die so we can get to the good shit.
Okay.
And then Mark, hot take. What are your bottom 3? I already know what 2 of them are, but.
So I think if I remember Fisk's 3, mine are probably in line with that. So for me, Black Widow is at the very, very bottom. Then it's a tie between Black Widow and Eternals. Those 2 just not up to par, like very low care level from Disney on those 2. And then right behind that, I have to think about it. Probably, I'm not gonna say Captain Marvel because I did enjoy Captain Marvel. But I'll probably say Thor: The Dark World. I just didn't really like that movie at all.
It wasn't good. It wasn't. Okay. Wait a minute. Can I make an announcement? Can I make an official announcement on NerdCage?
Yeah.
Okay. I like to make an announcement to the masses because I've gotten a lot of flack for this. I've gotten a
here we
go. I've gotten slapped up about this and whatnot. But I finally did it.
Yes.
I finally watched the Snyder Cut.
Yes. One of us. One of us.
I finally watched it. Yes. I finally watched that movie, y'all. And I gotta say, you guys were right. You guys were correct.
It was a masterpiece.
You guys were correct. You guys were absolutely correct. The Snyder Cut is way better than the theatrical version. There still are some pieces of the movie that I don't like. I don't think they should have did, but it was not. It didn't feel like a long 4 hours, even though we did take a break halfway. Got some food. Got some stuff to drink and whatnot. Came back, watched the second half, but it did not feel like. It didn't feel like. You know how the Batman, this new Batman movie, it feels like it's long as shit. This movie didn't feel like that. This movie did not feel long. So yes, you guys were correct about the Snyder Cut. I'll give you that. You guys were absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, your assessment of it is exactly my assessment. Like I think it's light years ahead of the Whedon cut, right?
He should be shot for that.
Whatever we're calling that, Justice League or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Stu should be burned at the stake for that movie. But and it's way better than that. But there are still some flaws, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And if they had addressed those things, it would have been a much better film than it ultimately ended up being. But that said, it's still a really good movie, and I still really did enjoy it.
But can we all agree that the best part was actually a part that they reshot, and that was the nightmare scenario with Joker and Batman?
Yes.
Oh my God!
I would have loved to see more of that.
He was an underrated He was an underrated Joker. I actually kind of like this Joker.
I didn't hate him as a Joker, but I loved him in the Snyder Cut. That one scene, like that scene between Batfleck and Leto's Joker, basically explained everything about BVS and the Snyder Cut. Like.
Right.
It was. I actually like that I actually like that more than the Dark Knight interrogation scene. If you want the honest truth, that was just.
You know what?
I wouldn't go that far, but it was.
I just love that they give us just a little sample of the Injustice storyline.
Just
a little taste. Here's a little taste, but you can't have any more.
It just makes you wonder what could have been. And yes, I've read.
Right. I want to know what happened.
Here's the thing, Jay. Here's the thing. Since you brought it up.
Yes.
Be honest with you. I know you haven't seen it yet, but that 5-minute scene where Robert Pattinson, Batman, talking to the new Joker, it's beautiful, man.
I'm so mad they took that out of the movie. Like,
he's the most cringe. This Joker is gonna be the greatest Joker of all time. He is so. I can't even think of a word to describe him. He's so psychotic and creepy, but brilliant at the same time.
So is this scene on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. For those who don't know what we're talking about, there was a deleted scene from The Batman where there was an interrogation between Batman and Joker. I knew about this scene. I just didn't know they released it to the public.
When they showed the dead skin on his head and hair and the chemical bubbles on his hands and skin, and his laugh is so sinister. He's great, and then the way he outsmarts Batman and talks down to Batman, they should have kept the scene in the movie because we've all seen the new Batman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we
did
don't
a
know how
full-blown
Batman.
spoiler stream.
Yeah, we did a whole spoiler stream on it. Yep, sure did.
Okay, so you know how Batman is trying to he started to get with the Riddler. He started realizing that everybody the Riddler was killing was bad. Well, Joker says that to Batman in the clip. He's like, the worst part. Joker says to Batman, the worst part is he's right. And it's the way he delivered it, and in the way they show Robert Pattinson's face, I was like, this is cinema. Like, Matt Reeves is the genius for this. Why he took that scene out the movie is beyond.
No. I think it was the studio. That was all studio because he originally had a 4-hour cut. And they said, you need to trim this down to 3 or whatever the case may be.
Thank God they trimmed it to 3 because I really would have fell asleep if it was 4.
It was 4 hours. In fact, the rumor has it that when the Blu-ray comes out, they'll have that full 4-hour cut when the Blu-ray comes out. And the Blu-ray is coming out in June, but it's going to hit HBO Max next month.
Right.
I just hate. And I know we talked about it, and man, I can't remember his name, but he didn't follow me back on Twitter, so he probably hates my guts. But the gentleman that was on the spoiler discussion when he was talking about the long form movie.
Oh, Yoko Higuchi.
Yoko,
right.
Thank you. Which, by the way, somebody tell Yoko to follow me back. I don't think he realized.
Yeah, I'll let him know. I can reach out to him. He's one of us. I'll reach out to him.
But like, I don't know if I personally enjoy this trend of long form movies. I don't know if I actually want to sit in a movie theater for that long. Now, watching the Snyder Cut in the comfort of my own home on my couch, that's different, right? Because I'll chill in my crib for 4 hours. I got everything I need up in here. But sitting in a movie theater like for 4 hours, I don't want to do that.
Pest.
I don't want to do that.
Disagree.
Oh, here we
Here's
go.
why I disagree. Because 3 hours of Endgame didn't feel like 3 hours. 3 hours of Homecoming didn't feel like 3 hours. The reason why Batman was so long is because it's not a superhero movie. It's a crime.
It's
film.
a crime. It's a New York crime film. Yeah.
It should. We don't want to sit in a crime film, bro. They could have chopped off 40 minutes of him and Gordon talking.
That's exactly what I said. I said the exact same thing. This movie would have been good if it was about 30 to 45 minutes shorter.
Yeah, because it's not a superhero movie. Like, when I'm in Endgame and we got all these epic scenes and stuff, like, it doesn't feel like 3 hours. But, like, when you sit here and make me watch Batman and Detective Gordon do detective work and, like you got Riddler doing a whole bunch of, like, sociopathic shit, I'm like, all right, this is too long. But Endgame, 3 hours, it works.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think that, like, you can still make a 3 hour Batman movie in that same format, but I agree with you. Like, they should have stepped up the action probably a little bit, or do it like, you know, like I compare this a lot in terms of like films like The Godfather, right? Which are 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
But when The Godfather was released, and I said this in our spoiler stream, when The Godfather was originally released in 1971, it had an intermission. So like you would watch half the movie, watch like the first 2 acts, and then there was like a little stop where you could get up, you could use the bathroom, you get snacks, you could get out and get some fresh air, and then 15 minutes later, you can come back and watch the rest of the movie. And that like gave you that breather that you needed, as opposed to just sitting there, sitting in this dark room with a bunch of people for
I agree with Fisk on this, because my personal take is the longer the movie, this is how I look financially, the longer the movie, the more I get my money's worth out of it. Okay, listen, up here in New York, I'm in upstate New York. I'm not in New York City. I'm 3 hours from New York City. But like, even the cost of living in New York State's high. So it costs $15 to see a movie. It costs $20 for IMAX, $25 for 4DX. So the longer the movie, the more I get my money's worth. Okay, I want to get my money's worth. Because if I pay that much money for a short movie, I'm gonna feel a little gypped. I feel like a longer movie stretches my dollar more. That's how I personally feel. And I don't mind. The older I get, the more I appreciate longer movies. When I was younger.
Hey, Jay.
Yo, what's up?
I didn't watch the video, but I was going through my subscription feed to get the link to this stream.
Yeah.
And John Campea has a video out that they're saying Doctor Strange 2 is going to be the longest MCU film to date.
Oh,
so you down for 3.5 hours of Doctor Strange 2? Him and Scarlet Witch?
I mean, the thing is, there's gonna be so many cameos.
A lot of stuff backed into it, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can understand, because there's gonna be so many cameos, and like, I think it's more so because of all the cameos, and they want to give everybody proper screen time and not just throw them in there for a quick second. I think every cameo that's gonna be in there is gonna play some kind of purpose. Whether Deadpool shows up, we know Xavier's in there. You know, we're hearing rumors of like the Fantastic Four and a few others. So
let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
No, let me ask y'all a question.
Wait. Before you do that, Fisk, I just want to say this, because I just want to clarify something. I don't think a 2-hour movie is too long. Okay, I do not think a 2-hour movie is too long. I'm 100% fine with a 2-hour movie. But when we're talking about 4, That's too much.
Yeah.
That's just too much.
I'm not sitting in the movie theater for 4 hours.
That's too much.
That better go straight to video.
2 hours, 2.5 hours, sign me up. 3.5, 4? Nah, fam.
Now, 3 is my max. 3 is definitely my max.
Would you rather they cut it down, or would you rather they do like a part 1, part 2 type thing?
So for the Snyder cut, the Snyder cut would have been perfect to chop in half and give a part 1 and a part 2.
They should have made it. They should have gone the route that they originally planned on HBO Max, which was to deliver it as a mini series, as a limited series. So every week you would get an hour. You know what I mean? And just do 4 segments. Now it's easily digestible. And then at the end of that run, if you wanted to binge it and watch it all in 4 hours, you could do that. But for some of us, like I'm like you, like. I had a hard time just sitting watching it all in one go. I had to stop and watch the rest of it later. Do you know what I mean? Like as good as it was, I got like very like fatigued watching it. You know what I mean? Like when it hit that 2 hour mark, I was like 2.5 hour mark. I was like, yeah, I'm tapping out for a while.
Yo, we legitimately took like a 30 to 45 minute break in between the first 2 hours and the second 2 hours. Like we were like, okay, pause. Let's go get something to eat and get up, stretch, go to the bathroom, do all that stuff. And we thankfully were able to do that at the house. Now, I mean, if they introduced intermissions again, that'd be one thing.
Yes.
But you want me to sit through this 3.5 hour movie in one setting? I can't get up and go to the bathroom because I missed something important. If I'm running out of snacks, I'm SOL. You want me to sit here for 3.5 hours do that? Nah, I'm good.
You know what? I really wanted to ask y'all a question about Doctor Strange, but I gotta say this. All right, and I think this would be the first thing we all agree on this entire panel. But Pandemic was lit. All those movies going straight to HBO Max.
Loved it.
Was way better than going to a theater.
Loved
my 4K TV at the crib is. Why go to a theater? I loved how they put all the movies on HBO Max for 1 year. It was straight to HBO Max and theaters. I feel we should have the choice.
I mean, our watch parties were built around it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
I said our watch parties were built around that for the last year.
I know. We did watch parties for like almost every goddamn movie. Now I will say, I felt a little gypped. Like I'm sorry to say this, Fisk, because I listen to you all the time, but Godzilla vs. Kong, I absolutely hated. Because I'm a diehard Godzilla fan. I hated it. Mortal Kombat, I didn't hate, but I was very disappointed. I didn't bother with Space Jam because I'm sorry, I hate LeBron James. Sorry. Sorry. I hate Space Jam. I hated Space Jam 25 years ago. I hated Space Jam 25 years ago. I did not want to see another one, especially with LeBron fucking James. And
the movie was trash, but respect the GOAT.
He's not. I'm sorry, Fisk. I love you, but I do not watch your LeBron or Lakers video. That's the only content I don't watch. That's the only content I won't watch. When we get off air, I'll tell you exactly why I don't like. I don't just hate LeBron James because for the sake of hating him. I have reasons for it on the court and off the court. We'll talk later about that. Anywho, but yeah, like a lot of those movies, like kind of let me down. I mean, there were some good ones here and there, but like The Matrix could have been better.
The worst movie of the year. That was worse than
Thank you.
Suicide Squad was good, but Peacemaker was better. Peacemaker was better.
I haven't seen it. I still ain't seen it.
Peacemaker is dope as fuck. Yeah, Peacemaker.
Yes.
I still ain't seen the second Suicide Squad. I'm slacking.
It's all good. I mean,
I didn't really like it, Fisk. The only thing that I really liked about it was there was like a rivalry within the movie between Peacemaker and Bloodsport, and that was incredible.
That was great.
Like I could have watched the whole movie of just that.
Yeah,
and they kind of doubled down on the Peacemaker character in that, like they basically gave him his own spin-off show, which in my opinion, one of the best shows this year.
So good.
I love that.
I'm slipping.
So good. It's such a good show.
What show I'll tell you what show I did watch, and this is the question I wanted to ask a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about, because all right, so the villain in Doctor Strange 2 was Kang. How do y'all feel about them doing that on Loki's show instead of saving it for the movie?
Well, I think that they teed it. I think they. I'm maybe I don't know if I'm the only other person who's watched the Loki series. Have you guys watched it?
I watched it. Yeah.
You watched it? Okay, so I feel like that version of Kang he's really like the one who remains is he's a variant of Kang. He's not like Kang the Conqueror. So I think that it was kind of smart of them to use him as a teaser for what's coming and sort of like tee up like this particular fracture of the multiverse, like this happened and it caused a ripple in the multiverse, and then the things that like Wanda did, like they caused a ripple, and then the things that Peter did, like it's not just what like one of them did, like the reason why like it's like basically all this stuff is happening and it's sort of beyond Doctor Strange's control is because it's you know, everything in this current phase is sort of like set it up, and it's multiple characters doing things to fracture reality. And I thought that the Loki series was a good way to show that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, I love the character. I just thought that it was such a big reveal for a TV show. I love the Kang that they showed us on Loki. I was just shocked that they showed it on the small screen and then saved it for the big screen. I was just wondering how
it was too bad that Kang's dead. So
don't even get me started with that.
That Kang's dead. So the next one's gonna probably be an asshole. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, totally.
I can't wait.
Yeah. The one thing, my one critique about that too, and this is where I kind of agree with you, Fisk, is that I don't like the fact that you have to, like, you're now in a space within the MCU where you have to watch these shows to get the full scope of what's going to go on in the movies, right? Because they're definitely going to reference, like when Kang appears in Ant-Man 2, they're definitely going to reference some stuff that happened in Loki. They're going to have to. You know what I mean? Like, and if you haven't watched Loki, I'm not saying you're going to be lost in that, but there's going to be definitely some things that you're not going to get. You know what I mean? And one thing that the MCU used to be very good at was sort of like keeping those things like very separate to where you didn't have to watch like all these other movies. If you just want to drop in and watch one movie, you could. But now, because of these MCU shows like tying into the films, you almost have to watch them all to really get the full scope of like what's going to happen in this next phase. And I think that's a mistake.
I mean, I gotta watch, like, I hate that WandaVision shit look dumb to me.
It was great.
I
love it, man.
They just said they're not doing anymore. They said they're not doing another.
You better watch it.
But I gotta watch it before Doctor Strange, so it's like I have no interest in watching the show, but for the sake of Doctor Strange 2, I'm gonna go watch the WandaVision show.
I got a question. I got a question for y'all, because we're talking about these Marvel shows.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the fact that they're bringing back some of those Netflix shows now and throwing them on Disney Plus or redoing them? Yeah, I need Luke Cage back.
Yeah,
I need him back.
I love first season of Luke Cage.
You can leave Iron Fist over there, but I need Luke Cage
leave
back.
him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, shut up.
Bring the ruckus. I'm sorry, that was the best part of the whole season. When they played Wu-Tang, bring the ruckus when he's fucking shit up. Fuck yeah, Luke Cage was awesome. I love
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I need more Luke Cage. I need Luke Cage to you know, have a new season of his show and then show up somewhere in a movie somewhere and just
I would love
kick
to
some
see
fucking
I would
ass.
love to see Luke Cage.
I thought that they were gonna like do that like in Cloak and Dagger, because like I don't know if you guys have ever watched it. It was a show that was on Hulu. It got canceled.
It's on Hulu,
yeah, but they referenced Luke Cage like a couple of times, and they actually showed there was a scene where the Cloak character, he's like reading like a magazine, and there's a picture of like the Mike Coulter Luke Cage in there, like from Netflix. And I was like, they're gonna like move all these shows over to Hulu, and then they're gonna basically appear on these other shows like Cloak and Dagger, Runaways, and Hellstrom and stuff. And I really thought that was what was going to happen, but then they just wound up canceling those shows. I thought it would have been an adult move if they had done that, because Hulu is more adult content. They don't have to worry about like offending parents, and they could keep those shows really grimy like the way that they were on Netflix. My worry now is that because they're on Disney Plus, they're going to have like, even though they're behind a parent wall, like they're like behind an 18 and over wall, they're still going to water those characters down, because they're going to probably introduce them at some point. They've already introduced Daredevil into the MCU.
Matt Murdock, yeah.
Right. So, you know what I mean? And Kingpin, for that matter, because he appears in the Hawkeye series.
Remember.
So they're going to water these characters down. You know what I mean? And you really don't want that. I'd rather them be their own separate thing and put them on Hulu and keep those shows going over there.
Speaking of watered down characters, the audience is very divided right now. I want to know everybody's thoughts on the new Ms. Marvel trailer.
I ain't watching that shit.
I haven't even seen it. So I can't comment on it because I don't know what they're gonna do with the new Ms. Marvel. Like, I think the character is relatively interesting. I know some people are upset about, you know, some of the changes that were made to this specific character, but I think the character is interesting. I will probably I'm not gonna be running to my TV to watch this show, but I will see it eventually. Right. I will watch it because I'm interested to see what they're going to do with this character, and I'm very interested to see if, you know, what kind of social stuff they're going to touch on with this specific Ms. Marvel character. I'm very interested because I have a feeling that they're going to probably touch on it a little bit the same way that they did in Captain America: Winter Soldier, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm sorry, where it's there. It's you know, it's addressed, but it's not the focal point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we're supposed to believe that this is the real world. So like, people are gonna have issues with certain types of people. And here's the thing: Marvel has been talking about these issues since the very fucking beginning. Right? When you look at X-Men, and I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but maybe it was, I'm not sure. But when you look at X-Men, right? X-Men tells the story of the civil rights movement in America.
It does.
And it tells it in a way that Professor X is basically Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Magneto is Malcolm X, right?
Malcolm X.
Basically.
So they've been doing this for a long time. And I always chuckle when I hear people, you know, say, "Oh my God, why is Marvel so woke all of a sudden?" It's like, you ain't been paying attention. These motherfuckers.
You don't read comics.
These motherfuckers.
Hell, even the X-Men '90s cartoon was tackling those topics back in the '90s.
Stanley himself said that's why he got into this in the first place, was to tell that story.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm interested. I'm interested if they're going to, if the populace is going to treat this new Ms. Marvel like shit, which they should, because it'd be realistic, right? It would just would be. It's the reality of it. So I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. But like, it's crazy though, right? Because I do notice that Disney does water down some stuff, because U.S. Agent was not racist enough.
Thank you.
U.S. Agent was not racist enough. He was not, and when I saw that they were doing U.S. Agent, I was like, oh shit, is Disney getting ready to do what I think they're going to do? Because this could be amazing. Yeah. U.S. Agent was not racist enough. The character is a racist asshole in the comic book who eventually becomes less racist. But you introduce his character, his best friend's black and his wife is black, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
He don't like black people.
Right. No, that was the first thing I thought, because Battlestar in the comics isn't even a black character, if I remember correctly.
No, he's not.
They made him they made him a black character, and I was like, wait a minute, like, what? Isn't U.S. racist like a white power?
He's like racist, like Zeke Heil. Like, he's like racist as fuck in the comic books. So you know how you have Bizarro Superman, right?
Right.
U.S. Agent is Bizarro Captain America. Like, that's what he is.
That is exactly right. That is exactly right. And I don't think that they delved. I don't get me wrong. I really like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm a big fan of that show, but I don't like. One of my critiques is that they like only touched on Isaiah Bradley's history, and they could have dug really deep. They could have showed us some flashbacks of that era. They could have they waited until almost the very end.
The end to tell his damn story. And that story, has anybody read that graphic novel?
I have. The Truth?
The Truth, that story is it's an old ass story too, which is crazy, but it's fucking amazing. It's so well told. It's such a good story. The first Captain America kind of technically was black, and no one knows that. Like that's such a good story. It's so well done, and I wish they would have touched on that too.
Yeah, I agree.
I just noticed something, Jay. I never gave you my top and bottom three.
Yeah, do that. And I got one question for Fisk Vegas, and we can kind of start wrapping up here because this has been fun, but we gotta leave everybody wanting more, and we gotta do this again. But yeah. Joe, go ahead. Tell out your top three and bottom three.
All right, my bottom three. I'll start with those. Eternals. I think we're all in agreement on Eternals. What was the other one? The remake of Fantastic Four was garbage.
Well, we're talking within the MCU.
But that's not MCU. That's not MCU because all the Fantastic Four are garbage.
Yeah, so within the MCU.
All the X-Men movies have that. All the X-Men movies except for the first one were kind of bad.
Halle Berry's
Then I'll put in a Black Widow. And Venom 2. Couldn't get into it.
That's not MCU.
That's not the MCU either.
Well, technically that's MCU.
Technically it is now.
Yeah, technically that's MCU now.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess we can call it.
Okay, we'll give you a pass. We'll give you a pass. All right, what are your top three?
All right, top three: Endgame, Winter Soldier, and No Way Home. Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I ever gave my top three, but my top three, I'm gonna get so much shit for this, but my top three: Winter Soldier, Iron Man 1, and I don't care, come at me because I'm a kaiju guy. The first Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. Come at me. Come at me. I love that movie. Edward Norton's my dude.
By the way, can I say something now that now that William Hurt has passed, rest in peace, by the way. If they go forward with the Hulk, are they going to bring Sam Elliott back?
I doubt they'll have the Ross character. I doubt they'll have General Ross in a new Hulk movie. First of all, I don't think they're gonna do another Hulk movie.
Yeah, they kind of like shat on that character.
Universal. Well, yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, they destroyed the character. You know what I mean? But that aside, there's so many issues, so many licensing issues with Universal. I don't think that they are gonna try to get over that hurdle. But if they do, it'll most likely be a World War Hulk or a Planet Hulk, which I'm totally fine with either one.
Yeah, it just sucks that things didn't work out with Edward Norton. But yeah, I got a quick question for Fisk Vegas because there's something I want to real quick to touch on, and then we'll wrap this up here. But Fisk, are you a fan of The Boys on Amazon Prime?
Absolutely.
Yes, my man.
Great show. Absolutely.
Did you watch Diabolical yet? The 8-part anthology cartoon?
No.
Oh God, you gotta watch it. Why everybody comes on and hasn't watched it? It's so good.
I watched the first couple episodes. I couldn't get into it.
What?
I don't really like it.
But here's the thing,
I don't like that.
Because I'm such a fan of The Boys, that's really what made me hate Eternals even more. They're knockoff Homelander. That's one of it's like, bro, you're a knockoff Homelander. You're a knockoff Superman. Like, I get it, Kevin Feige. I get it. You're mad that you don't have a Superman. I get it. But this fucker running around flying and shooting laser beams out his eyes ain't it. Like, he's not going to be Superman. He's not going to be Homelander. Let it go, Kevin. You work for Marvel, not DC. Let it go. Okay? He wanted to create Superman so bad, bro. And I forgot his name. What was his name in the
Icarus. It was Icarus.
Because he flew too close to the sun.
In the comics.
He got too close to the sun.
That was so stupid. Oh my God.
He got too close to the sun.
Oh God. Oh my God.
I had a question for y'all real quick.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up.
Yeah.
So we gonna do all this MCU talk, and ain't nobody gonna shit on Guardians of the Galaxy 2 fighting a planet at the end.
Man, shut up.
Nobody's gonna talk about that, right?
Shut up.
I hate the Guardians movies. I hate them.
Okay.
Because you have Chris Pratt.
I'm fucking leaving. I am leaving.
I can't stand Chris Pratt.
Planet.
Nice guy, no talent.
Planet, bro.
Bro, it's Ego the Living Planet. That's what the character is. That's what the character actually is. It's Ego the Living Planet.
Quote ass money. I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Oh God.
The only good part about that scene was the song. What was it? Wham Bam Shangela. That was the only good part of the scene was the song. Other than the song, it was like, bro, this is fucking dumb. His father is a planet. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
His father is a Celestial, and the Celestials actually created the Eternals.
Yeah,
so,
that shit dumb too. You got this big ass robot in the middle of the damn space. And, man, no, see, now I'm getting upset.
Bro, it's the Celestials. It's the reason why we have mutants. I wish they would tell that fucking
they created
story.
the X gene.
The Celestial created mutants. Like, they created mutants, they created deviants, and they created humans. And they didn't even touch on that. Like, why?
Right. That's why I hated that movie. Like, that's the thing, is that it wasn't a true representation of what the Eternals are. They made them these weird, like, AI kind of robots that were not aware of what they were. And that's not the Eternals, like,
I think the Eternals.
They really didn't touch on the
Joe
Celestials.
will agree with me, but we talked right when we came out of the theater. The first thing I said was, this probably would have worked as like a Marvel TV series, not a movie, because they got so much.
Wouldn't have worked. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, there's so we never knew these fucking characters before. There's like 6 of them. They're trying to explain all of them, do their whole history. I think it would have better as a series. I think it would have came together better as a series.
Nothing saving Icarus fighting in the forest, bro. That shit was stupid. Yeah. Nothing saving that movie, bro.
Yeah.
But
It's bad.
They never.
No, it's bad.
Go ahead.
I was saying
they never touched on. They never touched on. Here's my biggest problem with this movie, is that they were instructed by Arishem not to interfere in the course of human history unless there was no other recourse, right? Like, unless a threat had something to do with either the Eternals or the Celestials, right? But Thanos is an Eternal. So why could they not step in?
Right.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make any sense.
It didn't make no sense.
Yeah, and then the big hand coming out of the planet, like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated everything about that movie, and like every single shot, they had the Eternals standing next to each other in every single goddamn shot of the movie, and like,
they tried too hard. It was
bad. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it here one more time before we go. Who's that director? What's her name? The Asian lady.
Chloe Zhao.
Okay, I hated Nomadland, so I knew this movie was gonna be bad. Nomadland had no business winning Best Picture last year. I'm a cinema snob. Okay?
I liked it.
I hated
Should it have
it.
won an Oscar? No, but I liked it.
I felt like The Father should have won last year with Anthony Hopkins. That was the movie that emotionally struck a fucking nerve. Like Nomadland, I just couldn't get behind it, and I'm like, this is gonna be the one who's gonna be doing the Eternals. Oh, this movie's fucked. I knew it from the jump. But yeah. Listen, gentlemen, this has been awesome. We gotta do this again. So, Fisk Vegas, I got a quick question for you. I'm putting you on the fucking spot. We had fucking fun tonight. We would love to have you back on NerdCage Live. Would you want to come back on NerdCage Live sometime?
Absolutely, because we didn't get into the DCEU.
Exactly. We gotta leave everybody wanting more.
We gotta start talking DC. Next time we gotta do DC.
Yeah. Well, we gotta leave everybody wanting more. That's the whole point. I didn't want to do a 3-hour stream. No. We gotta leave everybody wanting more. The other question
But I did want to say one last thing.
Yes.
Because I didn't get a chance to say it a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
My guy John Bernthal. His Punisher was perfection. I think
the best.
They can recreate, like, we don't need Daredevil and Luke Cage to be as dark as they were. They can lighten that up. You can't lighten up his Punisher character.
You cannot lighten
There's
up.
no way.
No,
you can't lighten that up. So I'm
He's gotta murder people.
Yeah, he's got to murder people. So I don't think we're going to get him back. But they did say they're going to keep Deadpool rated R, so that's cool. But I don't think we're getting Punisher back. I think they're going to I think his character's going, which is sad because his Punisher character was that prison scene where he murdered 50 fucking people was like...
That was amazing.
Netflix was on their shit. Like 5-6 years ago, Netflix was on their shit.
Yeah.
The Luke Cage going through the project building.
Yeah.
John Berthor going through fucking the prison scene. And Danny Rand getting busy. Like they in the Daredevil, what was it? Was it the staircase scene in Daredevil season 1?
In the
hallway, yeah.
Yo, that scene is my favorite scene. Oh my time.
And then Kingpin smashing the dude's head in the car. Like, come on, dude.
Netflix was on their shit.
Yeah,
that was so good.
Netflix was on their shit. Like, I'm actually mad they stopped making them, man, because Netflix really did a good job with those characters. Like,
except Danny Rand. Except for Danny Rand.
Yeah, that was the only one, and that was more the actor to me. They should never have gotten Finn Jones. Because he's number one, terrible actor. Number two, his martial arts look sloppy. Why not get somebody why not get a Scott Adkins or somebody actually really knows martial arts, knows how to fight, and can act. It escapes me why they picked that dude to represent Danny Rand, which, by the way, looks nothing like Danny Rand from the comics.
Hot take. I think what screwed over Iron Fist is we didn't need the origin story. They should have just brought Iron Fist in the big I forgot what what was it, the Defenders or whatever the hell it was when everybody got together.
Defenders,
They should have just brought him into the Defenders, and when they did his show, they should have just made him a badass off the ring. They shouldn't have did the origin story with him. Like, you had done 3 series. No, you did 4 series. Because remember when they did Punisher, Punisher really didn't get the origin story. Right. Brought him in Daredevil, and then they gave him his own show. Right. They should have did that with Danny Rand. We don't give a fuck about what Danny Rand was like before he was Iron Fist. They should have just brought him in kicking ass.
No.
Yeah,
we didn't give a fuck.
Fuck no, we don't care.
I agree with that 100%. Or they could have just not done a side show. You know what I mean? Because if you think about the Avengers, right? For years, we just had Avengers movies, and then we had a few characters get their solo projects. But for years, we never got a Hawkeye movie, we never got a Black Widow movie, and we were fine with that, right? There was no real reason why we needed an Iron Fist movie. The Iron Fist solo comics were not big comics to begin with. It was Power Man and Iron Fist. And if they would have put them two together in one show, that would have been the show.
Like a Heroes for Hire buddy.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
Fucking Budapest. I'm glad you brought up Hawkeye. They bigged up Budapest to be some fucking badass. We were so fucking badass we can't talk about this shit type stuff in the Avengers. And then we get the fucking Black Widow movie, and that Budapest shit was stupid.
Budapest was dumb, bro. Budapest was dumb as fuck.
I'm glad you said it.
Budapest was about to be the most badass, Daredevil hallway type shit. And all of what they blew up a girl. Who the fuck cares, bro?
They murdered some little girl. So? You know how many people have died up to this point, and we're supposed to care about a little girl? Half of existence was snapped away. You want me to feel better about a little girl that got blown up in a building? Come on, bro. Stop it. I don't fuck. I don't care.
I literally watched Scarlet Witch and her brother family get blown the fuck up in fucking Avengers 2. You want me to care about some little girl?
Sokovia. And then they never didn't sleep the next day. But Budapest supposedly is the reason why they can't. I've got red in my legend.
Word, red in my legend. Them men, that shit sounds so hardcore. And then we see the movie. Now they need to redo that. They should have done. Black Widow should have been Winter Soldier 2.0. It should have been. Oh, you know what? Better yet, it should have been her. She should have been the Black John Wick. She should have just ran around the whole movie.
That would have been.
killing the fuck out of people like John Wick. That's really what you should have been.
If Budapest was, they had to fight their way in to set the bomb and then fight their way out before detonating the bomb, that would have been dope. But you sitting outside, the bomb's already there, the little girl's there, and then you kill them all. Like, all right, cool. All right, that's all that was? Y'all did way more badass shit than that. But that's the reason y'all got problems. All right, cool.
And that stupid Nirvana cover.
Oh, fuck out of here.
Sorry, I had to say it. But yo, I got a question for both of you guys, real quick, because we're getting close to The Boys season 3. Again, you'll never hear me shut up about it. Would you guys be down? Because we're already kind of planning this out for June, but we're gonna be doing spoiler streams every week for The Boys. Would you guys be down for that shit?
What day?
Probably Thursday. Like, we always go live Thursday nights.
Listen, I could pop up on one of them, a couple of them.
You don't have to show up to every single one, but
I'm down.
Yeah.
Because I fuck with the boys heavy.
Yeah. I'm not expecting you guys to be there
nobody
every fucking week, but if you guys can make it and want to be a part of the spoiler discussions when we start covering The Boys every Thursday starting in June, by all means, we would love to have you guys, both of you.
Oh, I'm down. I'm down because nobody I know in person likes The Boys. So
oh
I'm
my God!
down to talk about The Boys.
Travesty.
So yeah.
Hey, did you? Okay, I know you want to wrap up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
This is just a yes or no.
Yes.
Did you guys watch Invincible?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, loved it.
What?
Loved it.
What?
Invincible. Have you not seen Invincible, Fisk?
Are you talking about the Mark Wahlberg movie?
No, the cartoon on Amazon Prime.
On Amazon Prime.
Animated show.
No.
It's on Amazon Prime. You gotta go watch Invincible.
Yes. Yeah, watch it.
You gotta go. Invincible is fucking amazing. You gotta go watch it.
Is it a cartoon or a live?
It's animated.
It's animated, and it's rated fucking 6 R's.
Yeah.
It's like rated 6 fucking R's, bro.
If you like The Boys, you'll definitely be into Invincible.
I've seen some very brutal things animated, right? Because we've all watched animated or whatever, Ninja Scroll and stuff like that. But like some of the things that they did in this show, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, did they really just show that? Did they really just show that?
And it's a good voice cast too. It's Glenn from Walking Dead, Sandra Oh. J.K. Simmons. It's a damn good fucking cast and a damn good animation.
And the thing about it, Fisk, and this is why you need to watch it, is that the shit goes down immediately. Like, turn the fucking show on, and the shit's going down, and you're like, holy fuck, what the fuck's going on?
You will thank us. You will thank us.
You gotta watch it. The shit goes down from push play, and the shit's already happening, and you're like, holy fuck! I gotta watch the rest of this shit. Like it's nuts. Yeah. I just need to make sure that people are aware of Invincible on Amazon Prime. I can't wait for more. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think they got renewed for 2 more seasons. I think they got renewed for 2 and 3.
I can't wait for more. I can't wait.
Excellent. All right, so gentlemen, why don't you guys go ahead and plug yourselves in? So Fisk Vegas, go ahead and plug yourself in. Anything you want to promote. All the links are in the description. All 4 of your channels, your Twitch, everything's in the description. And if you have any other future projects or anything you want to promote, floor is yours. Go ahead, dude.
Look, man, just follow me on YouTube. Type in Fisk Vegas and just sub to everything. All right, it's Fisk Vegas. It's sub to on Twitter. I am Bully Fisk on Twitter, and Twitter Spaces are kind of good. So I'm definitely gonna pop in these Twitter Spaces, put people like Pest in their place.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? Look, check this out, man. Beating up old men is a dirty job. Somebody got to do it, all right? Somebody got to do it, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Look, just follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. 2022 is going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year.
Excellent, Fisk. Thanks so much. Again, taking time off your busy schedule to hang out with us. And of course, I appreciate everything you do. And yeah, dude, I'm so glad we finally got to connect and do this together, man. I can't wait many more in the future. And Pest, you know the vibes. Go.
Yeah, you guys already know. PTA Sports. You search PTA Sports on YouTube. Boom, there I am. I am also on Twitch. I am a newly member of the Original Growth Network, or OGN. And I will be doing a lot more video game content on Twitch here in the very near future. I'm just getting some things, technology-wise set up over here so that I can put out the best product possible, okay? I pride myself on trying to put out good content and good production value. So that's what's happening there. If you enjoyed the banter between me and Fisk Vegas, we will be yelling at each other tomorrow on his channel at about 7:00 p.m. Eastern. I'll be calling
Shots
him
Fired Podcast.
I'll be calling him all the names I possibly can think of, and his chat too on Shots Fired Podcast.
So forgetting to plug the podcast.
That's right.
Podcast formats.
It's all right. This is the reason why you don't pay me. This is the reason why I don't make the big bucks, because I'll promote it. Shots fired tomorrow, 7:00, Fisk channel. I'm going to be calling him all kinds of names. Make sure that you're coming and check me out on Wednesdays when I do my live show with R0B.
Yes.
It's Giants talk. But it's all kinds of different talk, right? And we are working very hard to get the best guests we possibly can. We were blessed to have Adrian Colbert on the stream 2 weeks ago, or a week from yesterday. And last night we had an amazing show. It was myself, R0B, Fisk Vegas, and Compizzle. It was an hour and a half of us fucking yelling at each other about things we don't agree
That was
with.
a tag team match. It was awesome.
They think they bodied me. They really didn't. They didn't. Listen, I'm still here. I'm still standing.
We have Pest in the corner.
I'm unkillable. I am unkillable. So yeah, those are all the places you can find me. Links in the description. I've been here enough. You all know who I am. Appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
All right, Mark, I know we got a couple TikToks up. Go ahead and promote those real quick.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen them already, go to our TikTok. That's tiktok.com/NerdCage Live. And there you will see our most recent reviews. Jay and Joe have been reviewing the Star Trek Picard series.
Yes.
I have reviewed All of Us Are Dead, which is a new series on Netflix, one of the best zombie series I've ever seen. In addition to that, we're going to be reviewing the new Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi series that'll be wild. And coming very, very soon, we've got the Morbius film coming out on April 1st? Does that come out?
Yeah. So I think we'll probably do a spoiler stream for that for sure.
Yes, we will be doing a spoiler stream. We don't have a date set in stone yet.
We're thinking tuned. Just right now, it's not set in stone, but we're thinking Monday, April 4th.
Let's finalize it, and then we'll announce it. But stay
Fisk,
tuned.
Pest, if you guys want in,
our NerdCage Live discussion group, and just keep, and we'll keep you posted.
Well, I'll post it soon. But hey, Fisk, Pest, if you guys are down for Monday night stream, April 4th, to do a Morbius spoiler stream, you guys are welcome. So if you guys want to do that, let me know. But yeah, we are planning. We are planning on it. I mean, usually when we do a spoiler stream, we like to do it on Monday night, so we give people enough time to actually see the fucking movie over the weekend. And then Monday, our spoiler, like I said, Spider-Man went well, the Batman went well. Like, these Monday night spoiler streams, they work. And it seems to be...
I wish I would have been on for the Batman one.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was good.
I had the shit. I would love the shit on freaking Riddler and him just refusing to go the fuck away, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you guys want to keep that another mental note besides The Boys coming up in June, the next big spoiler stream will be Morbius, and that'll be on the Monday the 4th. Joe, go ahead. Tell them about tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be on Twitch playing Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
Yeah! Little big puffball eating some shit. Let's go.
I'll be in your chat watching that.
Yes. And so be there for that. Tuesday we'll be back playing Gears of War 5 on Tuesday.
I will be there this time.
Yeah. By the way, thank you to everybody who came to my solo stream doing Pac-Man 99. Everybody got to witness me lose my shit when I fucking won at the end. So proud of that, by the way. But yeah, tomorrow. Oh, by the way, shout out to Dion McGill from Off the Beaten Podcast in the chat. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, tomorrow will be Kirby, and then like I said, we will post everything on the Facebook discussion group. Keep coming to that. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us on there, and of course, follow us on Twitter, nerd_cage on Twitter, and follow me because I post everything as well. But yeah, listen, to Pest, to Fisk Vegas. Thank you so much for coming out to hang out with us. Again, means the world to us. We can't wait to do more. This has been a fun fucking stream. Thank you to everybody in the chat. So before we go, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, spread that shit like syphilis. So USA, from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, North Carolina, Virginia, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, PTA Sports, and Fisk fucking Vegas. We ask you to, as always, enjoy life, stay safe, do your push-ups, eat your vegetables, and good night.
Sayonara.
Deuces.
Good night.
We out of here.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!